Federation, obviously, and then politics. As usual, we'll always have political conversations. Inec too is in the eye, like that. The focus also in the politics. There's quite a lot that is involved in Inec very recently, which we want to talk about and understand how that issue can be addressed. The political parties too are also not let out of the situation, as well as the political gladiators and the actors. And all of this is ahead of 2027, while Nigerians continue to call out the government and say we are not feeling the effect of your governance, we're not feeling the effect of your administration. If you say that your administration is doing so well, at the end of the ladder, we are not seeing it. So how long will it take for us to see it? While we will commend the administration for some of its strides, especially when it comes to the direct implementation of pensions, the president has actually given a direct order that pensions should be given to those who actually have gotten to the age requirement for them to get access to their pensions. A couple of persons will say it's a very good development, but the problem is the bureaucratic bottlenecks involved in this process. The bureaucratic bottleneck is annoying and can be quite discouraging, and that is something that the administration of the day intends to address. We remember when President Bola Ahmed Tinubu actually signed the new minimum wage, or rather the allocation given to core members, 77,000 naira. You know that it took one young lady called Raye after she called them out on social media, and I think after a month thereby we saw that the money was approved, although the NYSC director told us that that was not the case, that the money had been approved a long time, but there were bureaucratic bottlenecks. So this whole thing with the president concerning and him signing into law the immediate effect of pensions being paid, will there be bureaucratic bottlenecks to delay this? So which brings us to the question, anytime the president gives an order for something to take place, it doesn't take place immediately. All the bureaucracy involved could be a delay, and that is also what is affecting some aspects of governance. We're also calling out the governors, the ministers, councillors of some of these local governments. Why do you have persons within your constituents saying they're hungry? Why do you have a lot of your inner roads dilapidated and there seems to be no alacrity in resolving them? We're now in the rainy season, and some communities you can literally not pass through them. So would you say it is the job of the state government or the federal government? If it is a responsibility of the state government, then what was the measure implemented by either the CSOs and the local government chairman to accelerate the process of some of these inner roads being taken care of, drainages cleared, or possibly dug, so that when rain falls, or when we have such a rainfall, there are channels through which these waters can pass through, and the residences in those areas are not swallowed up by the floods, or the rains take over these residences where they cannot move about. They literally use canoes to move about within their communities. The water enters into their home, and literally what is in the water is feces. So it's a very discouraging situation. Persons in Lekki, Aja axis, they're complaining with all the beautiful edifices there, but the access routes, they're not proper drainage channels, and the planning is still the same thing. So every year is the same complaint. So what is the measure being done to curtail this, to ensure that this does not get to a point where people are affected? Every year is the same thing. So before the rain season starts, what is the measure applied? What is the method applied to ensure that this is curbed? It's become a recurrent thing, and like Nigerians should just take it that unfortunately you decided to live in this axis, and this is the unusual scenario that takes place here, which is not supposed to, but get used to it. What are you doing about it? What is your replanning measure for proper water, where there are water channels, where these waters can pass through when it rains heavily like this? Okay, now let's look at a situation where, for example, Atiku Abubakar's camp of the ADC, they have reviewed those who will decide the presidential candidate for 2027, and that's the media aid to Atiku Abubakar. But a lot of Nigerians are asking, why is the media aid disclosing who would disclose or tell us who would be the presidential candidate for 2027? So does this validate the talk of the ADC being a channel, a political party to stage Atiku Abubakar, even if he has not officially come out to say anything? So if you are listening to the World News at 6, we made mention of that. where he clarified via post on his verified Facebook page amid rising internal unrest and public speculation regarding the party's 2027 presidential ticket. According to Paul Ibe, there is no cause for alarm over the number of high-ranking ADC politicians reportedly interested in the race, describing such ambition as healthy for democracy. He maintained that it is the responsibility of party delegates to make the final decision, while the obedience are also calling out Inec and saying that they have not been forthright in their activities concerning election racketeering. They're blowing hot, accusing Inec of running a bribe-driven election ticket. Let me take that. The Northern Obedient Youth has accused Inec of sabotaging Nigeria's democracy by turning its internal processes into a bribe-fueled racket designed to favor political elites. In a statement issued by its coordinator, Abdullahi Suleiman, the group said Inec's practice of publishing amended list of candidates pursuant to court order on its website has become a tool of systemic manipulation that does not have any form of transparency. Suleiman alleged that the electoral body no longer acts as a neutral umpire but has been compromised by deep-seated political interference and internal corruption. If you recall, when Dumebi Kachiko was talking about the internal wrangling within the ADC, when he said the Atiku group approached him that they wanted the party to be a party that would be used for the coalition, where he disclosed that what they told him that was that the ADC was going to be for Atiku Abubakar. He made mention in a particular podcast that the situation with Ralph Umusu, who is the chairman of the ADC at the time, was that his tenure had expired. They were supposed to do a national working committee meeting and hold a convention. However, there was a case in court. That case, INEC, the court told them to resolve their issues, and literally INEC was meant to be the one to possibly make a final say or a final decision to recognize who the chairman would be. And maybe Kachuku said INEC was dilly-dallying, and up till now, actually, they were the cause of the problem as to why there was no replacement for Ralph Umusu, because maybe Kachuku is saying that Ralph Umusu's reign had expired, and so it's not on him to say he has stepped down and that the other management should step down for the David Mark leadership to take place, that it is not recognized, it is not legal. So there have been complaints about INEC's inactivity and INEC's activity for certain political parties and certain political elites. We're going to be looking into that in the course of the conversation as well. Now we're also going to look about what El-Rufai said. He made a very recent disclosure where he disclosed, again, he's been in the hot moment of the news, and when I mean in the hot moment, the presidency is on him because they think that he is acting like a child who is sulking just because the administration did not give him any ministerial appointment. So El-Rufai, who has been quiet, sort of, decided to spill, and he said that he brought out a particular result sheet that it was Peter Obi that won the 2023 elections. So, because of that, based on that outburst, well, the administration has actually warned him to stop twisting the truth. They were saying that Peter Obi did not win the 2023 election, and this recent outburst that claimed Peter Obi actually won the 2023 election, according to them, is one of the most absurd political twists since the election was concluded. Now, what makes it even more baffling is that the same El-Rufai has suddenly taken to his X account to declare that Obi was robbed of victory and that he regrets supporting what he now describes as a rigged process. But Nigerians are no strangers to political drama, and this latest act from El-Rufai is just another poorly scripted episode in a long series of political theatrics. If El-Rufai is lying, why don't you sue him to court? The guy is coming from an informed perspective, so why come out on the press to describe that what he said is just a rhetoric and he's been dramatic, possibly he's sulking like a child as you have been disclosing? If there is no element of truth, sue El-Rufai to court. Tell him to bring out the evidence that there was a plot twist where the election was rigged. And how come you're involved in a rigged process? You were involved in a rigged process. I don't know if indeed what he is saying is not the truth. There is a process to go by things and ensure that this disclaimer or this whatever it is you've said is false and it's wrong and you're not supposed to do so. Again, we're going to be looking at a couple of issues in the polity. My guest will be joining us virtually, and that is Barrister Evans Ufeli. Barrister Evans Ufeli is a legal practitioner, a political social affairs commentator. Obviously, obviously he's very vast in the political scenario and a couple of issues as well in social welfare. He'll be giving us his own insight into these topics that I have reeled out this evening. And like I said, it intends to be quite intellectually edifying and as well as engaging. We need to get the truth. What exactly is the truth? Barrister Evans Ufeli, good evening. Thank you for joining us on the Evening Rush today. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Welcome, sir.
Yeah.
So let me start off with Inec refusing to recognize David Mark's leadership and saying that for now, the only leadership they recognize is that of Chief Ralph Umosu. Is Inec right in that assertion?
Yes, Inec is right because the ADC have not conducted their convention.
Okay.
Okay. It is through their convention that they will either vote or have a consensus candidate as to who the next leader of the party is. But you know, they just invited, these persons came for a coalition.
Yeah.
And then Ralph, who is the substantive leader of the ADC, had to yield for David Mark to lead the party. That for me is a temporary movement. INEC cannot recognize David Mark as it stands now because the party is not properly constituted. They've not done their convention. So until the convention is organized and the leadership is properly decided in terms of either voting or consensus candidacy or whatever it is, then the party will now officially communicate to INEC via their reports and the outcome of their conventions and all that. So it is until that is done that it can be officially said that David Mark is now the leader. But that notwithstanding,
okay,
for the purposes of the coalition and for the purposes of them constituting themselves and organizing the party, they can do that. But what they must not do is to go into the primary with David Mark as the leader. If that happens, and the primary is always going to be an outcome of going to lead to litigation, what we call pre-election matters.
Okay.
Okay. And the court may turn down that move. So that is why it is in their own interest. It's like a free legal advice to them. Because I don't know who their legal advice.
Is it free legal advice to them?
Well, yeah, because the coalition, I don't even know the legal advisor of the coalition, because why are they doing things like this? I mean, this is the coalition that is supposed to be the alternative.
Okay.
And then I'm seeing legal lapses here and there. So they should do their convention early in the day. So they still have time. 2 years for the next election. But every party must submit the list of their flag bearers and candidates 90 days before election. Okay, what that presupposes is that the parties must all conduct their conventions, do whatever they want to do their primaries, elect their flag bearers, elect their officials, and then send all must go 90 days before the next election.
Okay.
Now, 90 days before the election will be in 2027, early 2027.
Wow.
Maybe January, maybe March.
And that purpose would have been defeated. They may not even be eligible.
No, I mean between now and March 2027, they should be able to do all that and send the names. But anything they
between now and March 2027, is that not going to be late?
Sorry, between now and March 2026.
Okay.
2026, yes, because the election is 2027.
Yeah.
You understand? It's 2026. That's what I mean.
All right.
And that 2026 is not far away from now, because this is 2025.
Yeah, true.
So
Barrister Evans,
next year.
Barrister Evans Ufili, there's a problem with INEC. Okay, for example, I don't know if you heard Dumebi Kachuku say something. He said that the tenure of Ralph Umosu had actually expired. that the matter was in court. Court gave its verdict, and INEC was meant to come and do their thing, but that INEC dilly-dallied up till today. So there was a vacuum.
Yes.
There was a vacuum.
Yes.
So, but on the list officially on the INEC website for ADC, it's Ralph Umosu. But his tenure had actually expired. Now, according to what Dimebi Kachuku said, he complained that INEC also is a factor as to why some of these political parties are rudderless, like there's no properly recognized leadership. The same thing with INEC is what is taking place with Labour Party. So you know that members of the Julius Abure faction of the Labour Party, they staged a protest today at the national headquarters of INEC, right, in Abuja. They were decrying the omission of their candidate names from the list for the upcoming elections. They demonstrated under heavy security presence, and they expressed their anger over INEC's decision to publish candidates submitted by the Abure-led group. If you go onto our YouTube channel, you're supposed to see the procession while they are actually at the INEC headquarters. You will watch them. There's a video there. You would see them actually while they are chanting and saying that INEC shouldn't exclude their members. But here is the thing. Why did INEC wait till now before they said they would not recognize the Julius Abure faction members? That's one. Two, INEC now disclosed that for now, the chairman of the Labour Party on their website is still Julius Abure. They haven't decided yet. But you actually decided to exclude or not recognize the members of the Julius Abure faction for the upcoming elections. So what are you saying? I mean, what is your disposition? What is the essence of this confusion?
Well, you know, the Labour Party have been in that murky water for a very long time. You know, the problem was started when Julius Abure's faction went and conducted a convention, I think in Obosi, was it Obosi in Anambra?
Yes.
Oh, yes, when they conducted that, and it was said that there were no notice, some members didn't get notice, and as such, and there was no widespread consultation, and so the other faction declared it and set it aside. Okay, so when current governor of Abia State, Peter Obi, Nanabi Usman.
Current governor of Abia State is Alex Oti. Peter Obi is the presidential candidate for 2023.
Yes, and then Nanabi Usman was made the pro tem chairman, okay, to oversee the convention that will bring in the new administration.
Okay,
of that political party. So that was where they were when Abure went to court. Okay. He went to the Federal High Court, and the Federal High Court declared him as the substantive chairman. Okay, then Nanabi Usman's faction now went to the Court of Appeal.
Yes.
You understand? Then from the Court of Appeal, they went over to the Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court now declared that Abure's tenure had expired sometimes way back. I can't remember the particular date now.
Okay.
Had expired. And that Nanabi Usman's appeal hereby succeed. So a lot of people came up with different interpretations. Some said the Supreme Court didn't write the judgment well. Some said the Supreme Court said Abure's leadership was expired, but did not proclaim Nanabi Usman as substantive chairman. Some said, a lot of people started giving different interpretations. You understand?
Yeah.
And unfortunately, the Supreme Court is the highest. Nobody can go anywhere again.
Yes, true.
You understand? Then the two factions now one is claiming, Abure is claiming that he is still the substantive chairman.
Yes.
The other one is claiming he is the substantive chairman. Both sides have not conducted because since Abure's convention was not recognized, both sides are now in a crossroad. You understand? So the two factions now will be submitting documents and processes representing the party to INEC. Then INEC will sit on one side, will not know which one to follow. And sometimes they will take a decision to say, okay, we are not recognizing Abure, so this is the one. You see the statement that Nanabi Usman released on the issue.
That they don't recognize these members.
Yes, that those persons are not their party members, and the INEC should not deal with them. You understand?
Yeah.
As it stands now, where are they going to go to? The matter has been litigated out of the Supreme Court level. It cannot be litigated as it stands. You cannot go back again to go and file that same matter at the High Court to now start another process again. So I think Labour Party is a big distraction to itself. You know, what they could have done was to settle this out of court.
Out of court.
But there is this. No, out of court. There is this permutation and allegation that Abure is planted by the APC.
Yeah.
To make sure that the Labour Party does not see the light of the day, so that Peter Obi will not come and disgrace Tinubu again the way he disgraced him the last time when he's winning Lagos, winning Abuja, everywhere Tinubu has been popular. Peter Obi will come and win everything again. So because of that, Abure was now funded. It's a conspiracy theory because it's not confirmed. But people, you know, this politics politics is a very dangerous thing.
I am telling you.
The one you know. The one you know is what you know. The one you don't know it. No matter how well this one may be true.
I'm telling
no matter how well this one may be lies. It may be lies, you understand? So this whole thing is just scattered here and there. For me, I really sympathize with the leadership of the Labour Party. Because this confusion is enough to kill a party.
Okay.
You know why? Because at the end of the day, they need to resolve this issue before the beginning of next year.
But you remember Peter Obi, Nenadu Usman, Alex Oti went to submit the certified true copy to Inec. I remember that time it was Sam, I think another person who welcomed them because Mahmoud was not around. Why is it taking them so long to rectify that and adjust it? That's why people feel that Inec is a culprit in most of this internal imbroglio within these political parties.
It's not INEC that will resolve it now. It's the court has also resolved it.
The court already did. Why is INEC refusing to recognize it? Have you forgotten? Okay, why did they submit the CTC to INEC then? What was the essence if the court had already done the needful?
And now the court has recognized the Nenadu Usman's faction.
So why is Abure why is Abure on the website still the Labour Party chairman? And why is INEC now? Why is INEC now not recognizing the faction of Julius Abure? And on the website, Julius Abure's name is there. And they said for now, they've not yet said anything officially for now. There is a major confusion in the Labour Party matter. There's
serious confusion. INEC should go ahead and update their website. And they have their record put straight. That's why we complain all the time. If we complain, they'll say we are victimizing INEC. INEC collects so much money, they don't know what to do all the time.
Maybe Kachuku said it though. He said it.
Yeah?
He said it.
Yes. Every time they are running behind schedule. What are they doing? Apart from all other roles that they're supposed to play, like political education, sensitization, drive and all that, they don't do it. All their time they spend it on just conducting election. Now that conducting election, they're not even able to do it proper. All other functions are supposed to carry out because Nigerians don't really put pressure on them. They don't carry them out. Then the only one they do, they are always behind schedule. When you talk, they say you are victimizing INEC. They don't have a mind of their own. Until the politicians speak, they will not do anything. So I don't see them as doing the right thing. They should update their record. If the Supreme Court have made a proclamation, the position of the Supreme Court supersedes every other consideration. And so why are you waiting before you update your record and do the needful? So you can edge the Abure faction out because the court have already said Abure's tenure has expired. What else do you want the court to say? To start to explain the meaning of expiration, or to start to explain Abure, or what exactly?
Now, okay. So again, still on the INEC matter, Obedient Group, they blew hot. They're accusing INEC of running a bribe-driven election racket. And this is by the Northern Obedient Youth Assembly. They accuse INEC of sabotaging Nigeria's democracy by turning its internal processes into a bribe-fueled racket designed to favor political elites. The person who made the statement was Suleiman. Now he is the coordinator, right? He said the group Inec's practice of publishing amended list of candidates pursuant to court order on its website has become a tool of systemic manipulation and not transparency. For example, lawfully nominated candidates are either omitted or replaced on party list in violation of internal party democracy, only to be reinstated later by court rulings. He argued that these incidents were not mere administrative errors but part of a calculated scheme to frustrate certain candidates through legal hurdles. So if Labour Party is going through what it's going through, the ADC now, INEC refused to recognize the David Mark leadership, and according to you, INEC is right in that particular situation. I don't know when the ADC will now decide to do what you call a properly constituted convention, if they agree to choose a leader before 2026, and then you stipulated the process. Now there is the ADA, there's supposed to be an option, and I don't know how long that would take for that to be registered and before they start creating awareness at the grassroots. So Barrister Evans, really, in all of this, they accuse the current administration of being responsible for all of this anomaly that is not supposed to be an inadequacy. This is something that they could do if there was the will to do it. So if this developments, is it the fault of INEC not having proper direction? Or are there certain persons pulling the string of INEC?
No, INEC is supposed to take responsibility of their actions, okay?
Okay.
And so you and I know that in doing analysis open-minded, it will be wrong for us to say that the government, the sitting government, is the one instructing INEC not to be forthcoming.
Yeah.
It's not.
That's what a couple of people feel. Couple of Nigerians feel, and that's why we're trying to clarify all of this with what exactly the problem is.
Yeah, that's how a lot of people feel, and it's not. You don't blame people for feeling that way, because if you have an independent institution that's supposed to take decisions, and they are not taking decisions, the next thing you'll be asking yourself, who is remoting them? Why are they not doing what they are supposed to do? Because when there are no information, rumors will take over.
True.
You understand? So I don't blame Nigerians when they begin to permutate and begin to, ask questions. And some of them have already settled into that as the truth, that the current government do not want to position. Therefore, they will make sure that they use the INEC to persuade every other political party so that have one party system, that is the attempt. The president also completed it when he called the coalition of confusion and all that. So I can sympathize with the average person who is a seeker of the knowledge of politics and how it develops, and how the power play, how it moves from one place to the other. So I understand, but I also believe that we should give INEC the benefit of
No doubt.
even though it is really, really. I mean, there are people who will want to crucify me for saying that. Like, you INEC one time again, are you working for INEC? Are you working for APC? You hear people say that. But for me, I think for the purposes of sanity and for the purposes of objective analysis, I don't want to believe that INEC is just taking instruction from the government in power to make every other party look irrelevant or powerless. I don't want to believe that.
So all of this is on INEC.
I think that what I should say is that INEC should buckle up.
Okay, no, Barrister Evans, let's get something clear. What you think you should say that is appropriate, because we're on air on national radio, is that INEC should buckle up. Not that is basically your stance or precisely what you may not want to say, that you may want to say privately.
No, that's what I want to say. That's what I want to say. INEC should have a mind of its own.
Okay.
INEC should take decisions early in the day. You see, because everything happening now, any step you miss now will be subject to litigation in the future. Any error made now will become pre-election matters. Our political parties, they have to be careful, even when they're selecting their candidates.
Okay.
You remember when, because the running mate of a political party didn't have first names.
Yes.
And now he robbed somebody of becoming a governor.
True.
All those things now, political parties have to all begin to watch their candidates, checking their results, checking how equipped they are for the office, their flag and everything. This is the man that you do all the permutation, because once we get into next year, we'll now have 1 year to go. You understand? By the time we enter 2026 now, the next year now is the election year, of which the election year runs like speed of light. So, in fact, this year, political parties should put their house in order for the end of this year. Any political party that has not put his house in order before the end of this year may likely run into trouble. That is what it is. May likely run into trouble. Well, so, you see, the truth is that Nigerians also have. It's only when we don't have basics, like we are saying there's West Africa, they want to go and protest or something. You see, the thing Inec is doing, we're all supposed to be on the street. You know why I say so? Because Inec decision is parenting in our future. Inec decision will determine who becomes the next leader. And this leader in their being now, this up and down, they are being now, they throw up the wrong people at the end of the day. They throw up the wrong leader at the end of the day. And then we'll start to win again. When we are supposed to go out there, call Inec to order, occupy their office peacefully.
That's what the Abure faction did today. That's what they did today.
That is not enough. That's section, that's the political party. I'm saying concern Nigerians. Just like what Randy Peters is doing about the issue of electoral reform. You understand? It's not getting the support. Most times it's alone, shouting and all that. It's not getting the support, but that guy knows exactly what I am saying. If we don't have this reform, because even in the National Assembly, I don't know about one, the people show readiness. Because a matter can only become to front burner for discourse when the entire country is talking about it. You understand? Not one person. Not one person talking about it.
But Barrister Evans Ufeli, in response to what you're explaining now, what you're helping us understand, comprehend. So, El-Rufai, let me even start with his son. The son has been talking lately. The guy has been tweeting anyhow. And a couple of persons are like, okay, calm down, guy. We already know your dad is no longer in the APC and you're trying to throw your support with the coalition. I think 2 or 3 days ago, he actually affirmed that Peter Obi would do the needful, and he believes Peter Obi can do the needful if he has a strong northern candidate. That before 12 noon, or before the president's wife is done with the president's breakfast, that Peter Obi would win. Then another thing, the APC came out in reaction to say, El-Rufai, please go and sit down. There is peace now in southern Kaduna. You are no longer the governor. They talked about this activist Daddy Yatta, who went missing for a very long time while El-Rufai was the governor of Kaduna State. They brought out all the concerns about Daddy Yatta. They brought out all the concerns about El-Rufai, and then the next thing, he came out with a sheet with a list of how the 2023 elections went and said that the APC were in a system that rigs, that the current party robbed Peter Obi of his win. And I was like, what? He brought out a list. So when he brought out that list, the APC now reacted and said that why would El-Rufai make such a statement? Not even the APC. I think one individual whose name is Ido Ephraimos Falaye. He came out to call out El-Rufai. He said that why would Nasir El-Rufai claim that Peter Obi is one of the most absurd political twist, that Peter Obi actually won the 2023 general elections? They were like, where is the evidence? How? What's the possibility? So there's this list that is out there that brought out all the numbers of the political parties, each of them, like that: APC, NNPP, PDP, Labour Party, and all. And in most of the results, you've seen it. So why is El-Rufai coming out now to say that? What difference will it make? No, that's one. Hold on, Barrister Evans. Number two, if this is the truth, why has the APC not sued him to court? Because it's a very implicating statement he made with that results sheet that he released for somebody on behalf of defending the government to just say that no, El-Rufai is spewing lies and he's angry just because the administration did not give him any ministerial position. That is a very huge expose.
Yeah, it's a very huge expose. When I saw it first, I had to go and reconfirm whether El-Rufai truly did that. And I was surprised. What he said is that they were the ones who had to rig him into power.
Can you
And they
imagine?
know how they did it. Yes, and they know how they did it.
Wow.
And that this was the result after. But are you surprised? I mean, I said that time when we were doing the analysis that Peter Obi was played out of the game of politics. I said it there. He was played out of the game of politics. Unfortunately, the evidence he needed to contend that matter, he didn't have it because Inec was complicit,
Yeah.
and so many other persons, including but not limited to the even agents, the Labour Party,
Yeah.
also compromised and all that. So I mean, it was glaring that glaring and unfortunate that they had to use the technical glitch Inec contribution to the scam. When by the time it got to court, there's nothing the judiciary would have done.
There's nothing the judiciary would have done.
There's nothing they would have done without evidence. What would they have done? you for them to declare what is before them. They can't go outside what is before them.
Wow. So
You understand?
does this explain
They
the
can't go outside.
recent hatred, malicious attitude and comments and acrid statements towards Peter Obi? Because I've been wondering that this is not the only opposition that you have. Why is everything everywhere from these guys is Peter Obi? Because I am, to be honest with you, Barrister Evans Ufeli, I'll be highly disappointed if the APC does not sue El-Rufai to court. For El-Rufai to come out with this, it means he has his evidence and he knows what to say. And I don't know why Felix Smoker has not responded to this. I don't know why Daniel Bwala, who is very quick in speaking whenever Peter Obi tweets or says something, he goes to the media immediately to start talking down on him. I don't know why Reno Mockery, as usual. These are the persons that usually throw hate against Peter Obi. They have been mum. So
They have not informed me because because you know why?
why?
The person who is saying it was in the team that it's like me now when I engage in something, you were not there. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Then I came to meet you and said, see, we are the ones that did what we did. I'm the one telling you that see what we did. So who is going to controverse it? Is it even on Mercury that was not there?
No, but you know how these guys are very quick in defending their principal.
It was it Boala that was the PDP that time. I know they defend their principal, but this one don't pass them now.
Ha.
You understand? This one is this allegation. See, this allegation, you need to come with a result also to debunk it.
Oh my.
You understand? You know that most of the results have been wiped off anyhow, that. You didn't hear the news that the results have been taken down.
It has actually. The result has been taken down.
It has been taken down now, but the Nigerians already have it in the archives now. Many people are saving in the cloud already. So they cannot, the result took it down. Well, we can also bring it anytime we want to bring it from cloud and all that.
So my question,
So that is
Barrister
what it
Evans, are we saying that he will just say it and everybody will just day? APC no go talk. Nobody go talk.
It's hard. This one is difficult. Whose office are they going to assign to go and debunk this one? Let us debunk it now. We're still waiting now. You understand? That's why, you see, you have to keep your hands clean. Lessons we should learn from this in life is that at all points, make sure that your hands is clean. Your hands are clean at all points. You understand? Look at the way, you see, when you gather people to commit a crime, conspiracy, you know, you must ensure that you put them in conditions in future where they will not fall out of favor. If they fall out, they start to confess. This is a peace confession. And if it's in a good country that things work, El-Rufai is supposed to have been arrested by now.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. This kind of allegation, this confession you've made.
To make further confession so that we revisit that result. We revisit the 2023 election and the outcome. That's how countries become great. When we can revisit things. Okay, somebody will say, but no, there's already a proclamation and all that. Even though there's a proclamation, we will visit it for the purpose of correcting the errors of the past. Not necessarily to take the president away, but to correct whatever wrong that went down. A lot of persons, so many persons that have privileged information were saying this thing. This is the El-Rufai just said now. Even some of us said it that time. But it was yeah, a lot of people knew that, but see, we didn't have the kind of evidence that El-Rufai have.
Barrister Evans Ufeli, I wouldn't lie to you, I am gobsmacked. I'm trying to imagine this kind of revelation in a country like the United States or even in the UK, and somebody exposes what they did. The DSS has not taken this person in. Do you know what it is to rob people of their right, their choice? Do you understand? Do you understand what this implies, Barrister Evans Ufeli? In a sane climate that the law works, this man came out to make this huge allegation, brought out a list, and he was brazen, meaning that he knows what he's talking about. And everywhere is quiet. You disenfranchise, if indeed what he's saying is the truth. It means that Inec as an institution, in cahoots with some political bureaucrats, disenfranchise the people. You disenfranchise the people by not giving them what they want. It's almost like it's a military democracy sort of. You have a facade of a democracy, but you at the end of the day, you don't have a choice. Your president has been selected for you. There is just a facade of a process of an election. We wouldn't give you what you demand. And then you brought out such a statement, you brought out a result, and that man has not been apprehended. Like I've been wondering, what is this fear? Because I don't know how any other individual from any other ethnic group would have been kept in their houses after this. I'm still wondering. The president has some principles, and he believes that the president fought for democracy based on his dealings with Nadeko. I don't understand how this has not gotten to his table and nothing has been done. And I don't think that El-Rufai or any other political elites in the presidency is above the law if there is anything that they have implicated themselves in. So why has DSS not called him to say, okay, please start mentioning the names of persons that you guys were in cahoot of doing this? Bring them out, call them out, do your investigation. No, don't put it on that carpet.
Esther, who is DSS? DSS is an institution that is created to provide security for the presidency and the president. That's what DSS means, secret police. That's what it means. Esther, we're in the season of shame. Okay, we're jumping the gun. Just relax. This is the season of shame. And you think El-Rufai's son doesn't know what he's saying?
He's been talking lately too much.
When he said that if Obi gets a strong candidate on the day of election before 12 o'clock, Obi would have won. You think he didn't know what he's saying? That's exactly what happened in the last election. Before 12 noon, Obi had won already. You understand? That's what happened. So on the second day now, technical glitch now happened. And if you notice, it happened so early in the day. And before you know it, everything was turned upside down. You understand? Because the financial muscle was there. The president had so much resources to contend with whatever it is that was going to happen. And so they worked their way through. Nigerians were left in utter distress. Not many people celebrated this win, because people knew in the heart of hearts that this thing didn't go well at all. You understand? So to avoid that in the next election, El-Rufai is bent on making his point. You understand? That is why I don't even want him to be arrested or prosecuted or whatsoever. This time around, he wants to prove it.
But he already has a case in court, actually. You know, with exactly. So he's already dealing with a case in court.
I know he has a case in court. I know about it. You understand? But this time around, he wants to prove something. He wants to prove it to Nigerians that truly is what I'm talking about. So it's now left for Peter Obi, the coalition, all of them. So put their heads together. Come up with the proper resolution as to the political party Obi is going to. Then all other candidates, so that the outing for the next election is going to be a very tough one. Yeah. Especially when those who knew how they worked their way through victory before are now in the opposition. To go back to that road, accept them on that road where they walk through the victory, the back door. So if they are going to pass through that back door again, they are going to meet these people there. So that is the kind of thing we are going to see in this election.
But the coalition,
so Inec must be.
The coalition seem to still have their own internal issues, from the leadership to deciding how they want to go about what they're going about with the persons involved. Okay, so you have the articulated, you have the obedience. We're not seeing that synergy amongst them, right, in the coalition. So there's still a crack in the coalition. I think a couple of persons still don't trust the coalition yet because of all of the skirmishes that they're involved in. That unison is not there. Like when the CPC and the ACN came together and merged as the APC, they became a very strong coalition, and as an opposition, that unison is not being experienced in the ADC.
Yeah,
so
when you talk about coalition, you are supposed to have what they call absolutism.
Okay.
If you notice when Buhari CPC and Tinubu ACN and all the other political parties came together to form APC, there was absolutism. They did not do primaries to say, let us now do primaries. They chose a consensus candidate. Even though they did something like just to fulfill the law, you understand? Just to make sure that in the right track of law, they did what you call a primary, but all of them had already, all of them voted for Buhari, you understand? And he also fulfilled the law. But at that time, the Electoral Act had not introduced the means through which parties can emerge. Today it was introduced in 2020, wherein you can have consensus candidate, you can have primaries, and you can have all that, wherein other people will stand that they are consenting to. You understand? Now, if you must succeed, if ABC must succeed, they must get to that point where they will build absolutism. Because I listened to David Mark saying nobody will be given preferential treatment. That's wrong. You must, if you are saying you are doing coalition because you want to take over power, you must have one mind. You must have, you don't have to start to compete against yourself.
Yeah.
When you have a bigger enemy to compete against. You understand me?
Yeah.
So they are supposed to create what they call absolutism. Pick one person, get what they call it, a popular person and a running mate. Forget about your differences. Don't worry. If the target is you want to take Tinubu out, don't worry about any other interest. Pick that one person. Pick this from south and north.
Yeah.
You understand? Go to the polls like that. Anything that will make them to go to primaries, they will lose this thing. They will not be able to. Yes, now because the truth is that if they are going to do primaries, that means articles going to emerge. You understand?
With the way things are currently with the ADC now.
Yes,
that's what it means.
Yes. That's it. And those articles have the electoral value to contend with a Tinubu. And even if you have the electoral value, after he wins thereafter, does he have the strength to lead at that age? So I don't think this coalition is going well.
So are you saying that?
It's just unfortunate that the Labour Party is no longer a viable place to.
Exactly.
Otherwise, I would have advised that they'll go back to
Labour Party.
The PDP. If not that Wike is still there.
He should go back to PDP.
Yes, if not that Wike is there and this other person, PDP would have been a viable place. It would have been a viable. I mean, Jerry Ghana said it not too long ago.
Yeah.
Calling even those people said that it's distraction, calling people to come back to the PDP. That the people who are who are not have everything at the list of the party and it can be talked over, something like that. But see, we came there, we is still there to destroy whatever is left of PDP because of what they did to him, Tambova and this people, or what they did to him. It's still there, not forgiven the past. You see what destroy things that left. That's the only thing that I find positive. Otherwise, the PDP can actually regroup itself. And you know, for Nigerians, it's not a party again, it's just that they are looking for where this man can crystallize proper. And once he crystallize proper, they will all move there and do the thing. It's no longer about political party again in Nigeria. It's about a candidate. And because in the Nigerian constitution and in the lesser act, you cannot contest as an independent candidate. Yes. The political party must sponsor you. So you have to go under that umbrella. Now the coalition is not looking good. The APC coalition is not looking good. The LP is not looking good.
At all.
So what does again will an analyst say in this circumstance? The PDP is not looking good because of Wike.
I'm telling you. But if the PDP is not looking good, why? If the PDP know that they are yet to deal with the Wike factor, why are they trying to have a conversation with Peter Obi when they know that there's a strong possibility that he may not, things may be murky, having the Wike factor, glaring there?
Because it can be walked through, it can walk over, and reestablish the PDP through Peter Obi's influence. You understand? And for me, I believe in that. Even when I did an analysis on Enterprise TV on this issue, and the people came helping of me that it was a bad analysis. I was taking all the issues. Look at all the permutation. There is no political party that don't have evil. You understand? You see the LP as well this fashion. You see this thing that you have the demand that send them on the that. Is it the PDP that have Wike? Which political parties that you don't have people there? You look at the lesser one that can give you. I mean, PDP was at the center for 16 years. Is it not more promising? Is it not more promising than any other political party?
But in the last
election, the PDP came out second. It's still more promising than any other political party. Then when you have a candidate that have huge support like P2B, what are we doing?
But wait, Barrister Evans Tufeli, you said in the last election PDP came out second. El-Rufai is telling us that they robbed Peter Obi. In other words, if not Peter Obi, if not Peter Obi win, no be PDP way officially come. Maybe na PDP come second sha. As per based on what El-Rufai they talk.
We're just using the official whatever now, the official. That's what I'm using to do the analysis. I'm just using the template. Because when I believe that result of when they came out that Obi got 6 million votes, no.
Until today, Inec tell us say na error HTTP. Code, is it not code 11? That be code 404. I say, from room 404 to code 404. I was like, how? Up to today, Inec no tell us what happened to Glitcho. They no tell us, especially for that presidential one. And I think that what is basically what is a dent on the Mahmoud Yakubu leadership of Inec. So if it's according to what we're coming from what El-Rufai is saying. It's not anybody that is saying. Now only El-Rufai know the thing we do. It's not left for the Nigerian security agencies for this kind of confession. If they keep quiet, if they could pick somebody on social media that put the president in a state of coma with AI, and DSS did not do what they're supposed to do to say, "Oh, God, start confessing. Who are these people?" And let Nigerians know. This kind of stuff, they will not talk. They will bury it. So, if according to what El-Rufai is disclosing now, how do we now trust Inec as an institution ahead of 2027?
INEC as an institution should be monitored by Nigeria.
Should be what?
Should be monitored.
Should be monitored.
Should be monitored by Nigeria. Yes, because most times we don't monitor INEC. We don't. The INEC can change the goalpost at any time. So Nigeria need to man that goalpost and have enough people around it to ensure that they are not able to reach it. You understand? Because if Nigerians don't do that, Inec have a tendency to always want to slope into the hands of the incumbents. You understand?
Okay.
The only time we were not to be able to do that was when Jonathan did the proper electoral reform.
That was in 2015.
Yeah, against, because people now don't want to go there. Because if this thing go by merit, it's going to lose. Jonathan's time, he didn't mind. You understand? He built upon what they met. You understand? And at the end of the day, what he built edged him out. You understand? Because because Nigeria is bigger than any individual. That was his policy. But does a Tinubu willing to give us an electoral reform that have the capacity or tendency to edge him out? That's the question.
Okay, but Barrister Evans, what if it is actually true what El-Rufai said? Then what will happen? What will happen?
If El-Rufai said, what El-Rufai said was true,
what he exposed, what he said with the sheets that he released, what if that is the truth? What then happens? Maybe election cannot be conducted now.
If what El-Rufai said was the truth, what will happen? Now you are saying.
No, what will happen if it is the truth? What will happen? I mean, considering what we currently operate.
The result that Inec declared is the result that that's the official result. That's the official result. So this is the result that this is the 5 brought. Although we know that that's the real result. Even though that's the real result, Inec did not declare that one. Inec is the umpire. You understand? So that is the dilemma. Even when we know that this result, this is the real result, but people will tell you that was not what INEC had. You understand? And that was not the outcome, or that was not what was declared. Little wonder they declared it around 4 a.m. You understand? So. And they made it look like it was a transparent thing because they were televising it. You understand? Meanwhile, background, some other things were going on. So before they bring it to deceive us with the televised.
Barrister Evans Ufeli, do you think that Tinubu's government would, with the way El-Rufai is going now, it'd be like say you won't show them, you won't tell them say if una do anyhow, I get una secret for my palm. So do you think that Tinubu's government will be very wary and careful around El-Rufai, or would you advise El-Rufai to travel out? Because with all of these things that the guy they release, if it be another thing or
it's not me that will advise El-Rufai, because El-Rufai is part of the problem that brought us here. And we should not forget, the reason he's talking is because this government is not favoring him.
Yeah.
So let us not be deceived. If this government had favored him, perhaps we wouldn't have known all this. He would not even mention all these things that have happened. But a typical politician. So I am not, I do not sympathize with him one bit on what is going on. Mine is just to state the fact that he's not doing it because he loves the country or because he's altruistic.
Okay.
Or because he has the mind of the
people at heart.
He has the market at hand and all that. No, he's doing this because he's fighting back. He's doing it because he's fighting back.
All right, Barrister Evans. Okay, go ahead.
Yes.
Go ahead. You wanted to conclude your thoughts.
Yes, that fighting back is what is the mission. No other thing. There's no other thing.
Okay. Okay. Well, let's just say that for now, El-Rufai knows what he's doing, and I think the government of the day knows that they know what he's talking about. Let's wait for Bayo Onanuga. Let's wait for Daniel Boala. Let's wait for Felix Smoker. Let's wait for a host of them, Sunday Dare, to come and speak out against what El-Rufai. We've not heard any official statement from the presidency yet concerning this. It's only individuals on their own that are coming to defend the administration or the presidency or defend Inec. So let's wait and see if they will say anything. If they don't say anything, I feel that they would literally make Nigerians believe that indeed their mandates were stolen and that they were disenfranchised. And that would be a very wrong precedence for this administration, considering what President Bola Ahmed Tinubu did or went through while he was in Nadeko with the whole facade of fighting for democracy. It almost feels as if the mandate that he took up, which was democracy, it's a different thing that Nigerians are experiencing now. So I will hope that that aspect of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu as a Democrat will display itself for objectivity and truthfulness. Now, Barrister, another problem that a couple of Nigerians are coming up with is trusting the one-term proposition of Peter Obi. There are complaints that Peter Obi is somebody that's promises one thing and then he could change another time. So there are old videos of when he was an ABGA, although we know that ABGA is a state party, it's not like a national party per se, but when he made a promise about ABGA, from ABGA to PDP, then Labour Party, then joining the coalition. So they were doing a comparison between Peter Obi and Tinubu, who has supposedly been steadfast, ground up with his political party, formed it, became the godfather of that political party, became like literally the template of the political party. And there are talks of Peter Obi always defecting from one political party or the other for his ambition. Is there anything wrong with joining another political party when you feel your ideals are no longer in connivance with the party you belong to? Or could it be that this could be a major problem in terms of trust and belief in him as a person in this ADC or any other political party he intends to join, before 2027? How would you respond to this?
Well, I think that he should talk less.
Okay.
He should talk less. Yeah, because all these politicians. Why they cannot keep to their promises is because many of them have no integrity. Many of them have no ideology. You understand? When they are talking, they are just cajoling. They are just trying by all means to deliberately get acceptance. You understand? Then once they are accepted, the next thing they'll come and tell you that they did not say so, that one of their aides said so or advised to. Just like when Fashola said that a serious government will fix life in 6 months. The videos were all there. Later, he denied it. I didn't say, you understand? So, politicians generally in Nigeria are largely the same. It's just that a few of them have the interest of the masses at heart, the likes of P2P. And those few are also susceptible to making promises they cannot keep. Yes, they are susceptible to that because all over the world, an average politician and integrity cannot fight for it. They are not, because they need to deceive sometimes. No, they feel they need to deceive people sometimes before they can get their acceptance and all, but they don't trust whether they are accepted or not. But I think it's delusional. If you want to be a politician, it's better to be a politician on the full scale of integrity, on a full scale of ideology, knowing that you are coming out to work for the people. You understand? Even if it's a said he wants to do one term, I do not see him as someone who, after one term, will relinquish power. I do not.
Why? Why would you say so? Why?
As much as people support him, you know why?
Why?
The politics we're talking about. For me, to do something meaningful, even though there are people who counter it, 4 years is short.
Barrister Evans Ufeli, for real? 4 years is short.
4 years is short.
To start laying from the from if the wait, hold on. If the president has said from the ground go zero as he assumed office, he was going to kick the ground running. You wouldn't tell me that you wouldn't experience excellent strides. When you know you have 4 years, so you know that you don't have an opportunity to come back the second term. You'll be brutal.
I'm saying if you get a good leader,
okay,
you get a good leader. Even Nigerians will come out and tell you that 4 years is short. Look at Ambode, for example. People today are talking about Ambode that had it been in these 8 years, Lagos will not be like this, and that's the truth. What Ambode did for 4 years is what someone is trying to do for 6 years, 8 years now. I'm just telling you, Jack Conde did the same thing. Jack Conde's own, the Third Republic was short-lived. You understand? He don't even complete the term. But today, people are talking about it. So if you have good leaders, it is the Nigerians that will be saying, these 4 years though, we want another one. Do you understand? It's when you have leaders like Tinubu that have no direction, no purpose, no structure, nothing, that you will say that you cannot wait for this man to leave so that we can know exactly where this country is going to. That's the context we go for.
Structure. They will tell you that his policy reform actually has structure.
No, the structure, I mean the structure of governance. What I mean.
Okay, all right.
It has political structure now, but once Tinubu understand his politics, he cannot govern. The science of politics, he understands how to maneuver and manipulate and do everything he wants to do. I get that, but once power is into his hand, he doesn't know what to do with. He doesn't know where the people are. He doesn't know where the people are going to. He doesn't know what to appropriate and what not to appropriate. And then he takes decisions impulsively. When you take decisions impulsively and you are leaving too many people, a lot of people will suffer. A lot of people will suffer because you are not thinking. You are not thinking. You think leadership is by just stand and say, go here, you here. That's all. No, it has to. There must be planning. You cannot leave people like that. That's why we are suffering today. You understand? So we need somebody who is empathetic, someone who can deploy the resources effectively, someone who can work. You know, when you come out with a budget, you're able to get capital expenditure to do what capital expenditure should do. The requirement to do what the requirement should do. You understand? All those things, you need to guard it proper. Like this one that the wife of the president donating 1 billion here, 1 billion there. Is it appropriate?
No, it is not.
Where is getting the money from? So is that not illegality? So all those things, all those wastages and loopholes need to be covered. And you need a young person to do that. You need a young person to do that. That's the truth. So I support it to be, and I think it's my desire that he gets to crystallize in the party where he can have the support.
But you just said something now that you don't believe him with the 4 years. So would you say Tinubu should just continue and complete the tenure of the South?
I don't believe politicians. I didn't say him. Okay. I don't believe politicians when they say 4 years. You understand? But since he has said it that he will do 4 years and leave, he should keep to his word. That's fine. 4 years, he can still do something beautiful. Let his name in gold and all that. And then, 4 years, one time, it's okay. Whoever wants to do what he can do. I just feel that if you have a good leader, 4 years might not be enough for him because you will need him to do it so that the people's life can change.
And that means if you refuse to do what the people want, in a way you have kind of disenfranchised the people. I mean, in respect to what you're saying.
Very well.
All right. Barrister Evans Ufeli, thank you so much. We need to take reactions and get responses from calls and messages. I sincerely do appreciate you giving us your perspective to the issues discussed today on the Evening Rush.
Very well.
All right. Thank you so much. Questions will come to your DM, so just stay alert, okay?
All right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being part of the conversation this evening. I know that you have quite a lot to say, so let me take your reaction via the telephone. The number to call is 080-3692-9933. That is the number. The WhatsApp number is 0817-1756-338. We're going to do this just a minute, so we can take as many calls and WhatsApp messages and SMSs as possible. All right? Hello, good evening. How are you?
Hello, good evening, Precious.
My name is
Sorry.
Esther
Good
Wachibi,
evening.
sir. Welcome to the program.
Sorry.
What's your name, sir?
Yeah, this is Martins from Agokota.
All right, Mr. Martins, please go ahead.
Seriously, all the while I've been calling, not taking time to commend you, your presentation. Seriously.
Thank you.
I'm not trying to, flatter you. I'm just saying this presentation is super. It makes it light-hearted. Even unlike when this other lady, Precious, was there. And also, I want to also use this opportunity to commend your guest.
Okay.
Barrister Feli.
Yeah.
Kudos to him. The way he analyzed, cool-mindedness, and the taking his things, very strategically and giving us more informing results.
Yeah.
I thank you once again. What I'm just saying is, because of time limit, P2B, within the framework of what we've seen him done, will actually, within 4 years, present something like at least a template that Nigeria will go by. Nigerians are not fools. Most of us that are trusting him, even if you look at your analysts and other people that are coming, no matter how they try to not like P2B, they will one way or the other come like him. That is actually to show you that P2B has something.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you for calling, okay? 1 minute, more than a minute you took actually. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Seth. Sorry for keeping you. What's your name?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, sir. What's your name, sir?
Yeah, my name is Emmanuel. I'm calling from Okoko.
From Okoko?
Yes.
All right, Emmanuel, please go ahead.
So, you see, what I want to in sorry is this. We are now in that era whereby nobody is blind. Even the blind can receive their stars. They can see. You see, let me give you an instance. In Oyo State, the second time of Governor Seyi Makinde, he won without any altercation, and then everybody believed he won because he has done well for the first regime. If the current administration are assured of their own personal performance, that election that is coming forth 2027 will be won by them. And then if Obi, with his own intention too, can do well for the 4 years after he wins, then even though he says he wants for one regime, I think Nigeria is not stupid enough to risk it. If in as much as he does what he wants, and after promising one regime, he should go for the second time. Why? Because we should enjoy the dividend of being alive for once. That is what we are agitating for. So if the current administration is strong for the first time wants full regime, if he has done well, nobody would not even mind anybody that is coming to compete with him. But let their performance speak.
Exactly. Let their performance speak. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Esther.
Welcome, sir. How are you?
Good evening. Hey, I'm Mr. Peter Mwija calling from Satellite.
All right, Mr. Peter, go ahead.
You see, a quick one anyway. Do you see what is happening from the north?
Yeah.
They don't want the sleeping dog to lie, and they are trying to provoke Nigerians. But be it as it may, these people want to instigate war because they will see the truth, they will hide it, then at last they will now begin to reveal what has passed. Are they trying to break our mind or trying to put us in a state of confusion? But that is not it. I want to still say that Inec is one of the institutions that kept Nigeria as it is today. They knows everything. In as much as Inec is still there, they should change the government of Nigeria up to Inec. We need a woman that is strong, like that woman of Abia. Okay. And yesterday night I was listening to NTA. Women are clamoring to come in. Women will come in, and this manipulation and every other thing, women will not have that heart to do it. Let them flush out all this nonsense that are putting Nigerians in a mess. That is my stake. P2B is coming, and is coming to do what people had never expected in Nigeria. And I pray that we scale through in Jesus' name.
All right, thank you so much for calling. 08036929933. That's the number to call. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Fine, sir.
Hi, Remy. Welcome.
Yeah, how you doing?
I'm doing okay. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. With all sincerity,
Yeah.
do you actually need an El-Rufai or someone else to tell us what El-Rufai said? Going by the facts out there, or let me ask you, Esther, going by the facts of what happened in 2023, do you need an El-Rufai to tell you all he said today, for you to know that all he said we're already down there in the public? The results, what's his name, Yakubu, ruled out. We all know how he declared Tinubu to be the winner of Rivers State when the results in the IREV report said otherwise. So that is the fact already out there. You don't need to tell you that already. He's only repeating what you already know.
I know, but what I'm saying is that he has made a revelation, brought out evidence supposedly, which a couple of people are already reacting to by saying what exactly is the arithmetic, that the whole configuration is not making sense. That is those in defense of the administration. But if you say something like that confidently, that means you have facts because you were part of the process. And I am saying that it means we have not heard anything from the presidency. So are they validating what he's saying? You don't just keep quiet when somebody says that. It means you were disenfranchised.
Has Inec debunked the fact that Yakubu declared someone else to be the winner of River State? Have they? I'm asking you, has Inec denied the report that Yakubu declared the wrong person? You all know the answer. Oh, people had not debunked it. How do you expect anybody to see something different? It's already a fact out there.
All right,
so
thank you.
They say no, or yes or no. Doesn't change anything.
All right, thank you for calling. Hello, good evening.
That's voice of Nigeria. Voice of the people.
Yes, voice of the people. Oh, welcome. What's your name, sir?
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Well done, your analyst and Esther.
Thank you, sir.
My name is Babajide Lawansi.
Babajide.
I'm calling you from Iba Housing Estate.
All right,
you see, Mr. Peter Obi is in a serious, or will I say, highly dilemma on political matters for Nigeria moving forward. However, he should use his vast experiences to forge ahead. He is himself. He should not let anybody dictate for him.
Okay.
He knows the party he can go. A lot of parties are there that will offer him presidential ticket. That apart, let's spit the dirty things from our mouth outside, that there is power of incumbency. You cannot be beaten. It's not far-fetched. U.S. presidency, just around the corner. The incumbency are there now. The thing is on the people. Everything we are saying now, Peter Obi or Tinubu, is the people. The people themselves should be prepared. This is what we want, and you back it up with your PVC. Nobody is going to cause any riotous atmosphere in Nigeria. We want things to work. It's no tribalism.
Yeah.
When people come out to vote, but my fear is Inec and the judiciary. Thank you.
All right, thank you, sir, for calling. Thank you so much, sir. 08036929933. That is the number to call. Hello, welcome.
Hello, Esther. Good evening.
How are you?
Hello, good evening. This is Paul from Ebeda.
Mr. Paul, welcome. Please go ahead.
Yeah, we have been speculating that Obi won the election without evidence. Now, one of the culprits who perpetuated what happened, who had inside of what was the glitch, has come out now to release an official list or statement that shows that Obi won the 2023 general election. So if they said what he released there that is not true, then the federal government should get him arrested or take him to court. Let him prove he's right or wrong. The truth is that we were on speculation all this while, but now there is evidence by one of those who officiated the manipulation. So kudos to El-Rufai, and Nigerians have seen the truth. And 2027, we are still going to vote for Obi. Thank you.
All right. But there's also another line of reasoning. What if Tinubu had given El-Rufai a political appointment or a ministerial appointment per se? Would we hear all of this? Would we hear all of this? You know, would we hear all of this? Hello? Good evening. How are you? Hello? Hello? Good evening, sir. How are you, sir?
I'm not doing so badly. By God's grace.
Okay, sir. What's your name?
The name is Godswill.
Godswill, location, sir.
So, what I'm trying to say here is, why are people drinking medicine for headache or based on this one-term suggestion from Obi? Are you with me?
I am here. I'm listening to you.
You know that he cannot go for 2 terms. It's just that with this one now, it will be more likely easier to get. Because when people consider, just 4 years, okay, they can say, let's just decline him. That's why he went that way. It's not as if he cannot rule for 2 terms. So, the guy, he uses his brain, so it doesn't just allow person like that. So people should stop drinking fancy about it.
All right.
Let them just give it to him, even if he's, let's see what he's gonna do, and I believe he will put the things right.
Okay.
And
thank you. I think the fear actually is, what if he does so well? All right, like some first-time governors are doing now in their states. What if he does so well and the people want him to do more? Then what happens? You've already promised only 4 years. You've already promised only 1 term. But now that people want you to do more, you would now say, oh no, I promised that I wasn't going to do beyond this. So, like, are you not disenfranchising the people who want you to do more? I think that's the fear, compared to Jonathan, who, by law, if he does a second time, he cannot come back. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir. What's your name?
Good evening. My name is Sri.
Sir?
From Surulere.
Your
My name is Sri from Surulere.
Feyi, welcome, sir. Welcome to the Evening Rush. Please go ahead.
I hope when the El-Rufai call will be winner. El-Rufai is the Inec.
Okay.
That is how everybody will talk. What happened is that is the same thing that your my guest used to talk.
Okay.
Obi can win, which means to have talked in 2023. Obi can win, but they will not give him. They will not give him. Yes, even they will not give him second. If he still reaches 2027, the same thing, you still take third. Unless he back with northern people to support, then they will not give him next one. It's not now. Watch what Tinubu do. Tinubu know that he can't win good luck 2015. It's not that good. Tinubu know admission not ready to win do president, but you know that he can't win without not. That's why he support Buhari. Even 2019, when Nigeria decided that they want to remove Buhari, it's Tinubu that shouting because he even admission that if Buhari can go second time, will not get over chance over Atiku. So that is what is going on. So if Tinubu now, at Tinubu was rich, it will be like making win 21 states. Don't be used it. So that is the solution, not that we hit to be.
All right.
So that is the solution.
All right. Thank you very much for calling. Okay, 080-3692-9933. I'll also be taking some messages. Hello. Good evening. How are you?
Yes, sir. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Welcome. What's your name?
Well done. Religious. James Mayor from First Class.
Mayor, welcome. Please go
Thank
ahead,
you.
sir.
You see, I like what is playing out. You know, in those days when thieves go out for to thief, maybe robbers. You know when Wala normally comes out, only when they are sharing the loot or whatever they have stolen. So what El-Rufai is saying, this is the beginning of revelations. We pray that more will come, so that we now know the master strategy. How this thing is a very big blow, because I was telling people that he did not do that thing alone. El-Rufai is stating the obvious. We know, yes, but this one is now an insider. Do you understand? When crocodile comes out of the river to tell you that there is territory built inside the river, will you doubt it? Cannot. So this one is evidence that this man was an insider. I pray more. Let them continue to, God is at work. Let them continue to have that problem within El-Rufai, and we'll get more. But definitely, this man cannot go back, because at least we have seen this thing.
Okay. All right, thank you. I will take a few messages and take calls. Okay, let's balance it like that. Good evening, our dear presenter and our honorable guest. My name is Taiwo Olabodi from EAC in Otta. Thanks for educating us on the state of the nation. All right, thank you very much. Our leaders should learn from other African countries such as Rwanda, Egypt, and other African countries that have fallen where millions were brutally murdered. The government, they're not doing the will of the people. Our leaders should do the needful and stop the starvation and killings of innocent citizens. Hi, VOP fans. President of Rush, our Honorable Esther Wachukwu. You guys, Chris and Koye in Kotu. Let no one make mistake. Alhaji Atiku Abubakar will give Peter Obi ADC ticket. Not only that, but full chest backup in 2027. Okay, all right. You said this is the outcome from 3-man member. Nigeria set to be great again. Wow. Are you a prophet? What are you seeing? Good evening, VOP and good people of Nigeria. Kenna from Ikorodu. If ADC wants Nigerians to follow them wholeheartedly, everyone should be carried along with openness. Money should not be the order of the day. If that is done, Nigerians will market APC. Inec is a problem of Nigeria. Inec is APC supporter. That is what is playing out. All right, Ikenna. Good evening, Esther and VP family. Shortly after Yakubu, Inec declared Tinubu as the winner and advised aggrieved contestants to go to court. Barris Darlington said severally on VOP radio that one day someone being an insider will come out to tell us the truth about the Inec glitch that declared Tinubu as the winner. Today, El-Rufai, who was a catalyst of the whole thing, is telling the world about who actually won the election. Darlington is vindicated on this. Don't make Barrister Darlington's head to swell now. You start making his head to swell. You say he's a prophet. Good evening, Esther. For me, I will never believe in whatever Barrister Fred Nzako will tell us. It's not Barrister Fred Nzako. This is Barrister Evans Ufeli. Good evening, Esther. I believe whatever shit El-Rufai brought out, because it is now that El-Rufai is on the opposition that Nigerians can pressurize him to tell us what actually played out during the declaration of the presidential election result by Mahmoud Yakub. I am sure El-Rufai will be aware of what transpired that made Inec to stop the announcement abruptly and later went on to declare the result in the midnight. All of them to come and blame it on technical glitch. Charles from Akonwojo. Esther. Good evening, the uncle. I am Engineer Maruf contributing. About El-Rufai coming out now and saying Obi won in 2023 general election shows that he's actually paranoid. If not gone out his mind, or if not he has gone out of his mind with the expression of pains for not being given a ministerial appointment. Okay, Mr. Ayinde, I'm editing what you wrote. So next time, please write legibly. Okay, so that I can comprehend your line of thoughts. So I think I will have to edit this. About El-Rufai coming out now and saying Obi won the 2023 general election shows that he is actually paranoid or possibly gone out of his mind with the expression of pain because he was not given a ministerial appointment to the ongoing regime of President Tinubu. It's El-Rufai that said loudly to the public that Obi was only acting comedy script, that he won no election. For him to now come out and say Obi won any election is akin to being mischievous and desperately deliberate, misleading the public and instigating public against the president and his party, the APC. Okay? If he has any concrete proof and had evidence to affirm Obi won the election, he should proceed to the court and prove his assertion. Otherwise, he is just ranting and wasting his energy. El-Rufai and his son are only being self-delusional, just groaning they have failed. Esther, APC or President Tinubu has no need to sue El-Rufai. Rather, El-Rufai is the one to go to court and prove his case. He who alleges must prove his allegations. Okay, another angle to look at this. But that statement he made, it's a very big deal, to be honest. The APC, I'm expecting them to say something about this as soon as possible. Otherwise, they'll be validating all that he said, and that's a dangerous precedent.
Good evening, Esther.
How are you, sir? Welcome.
Hello.
I can hear you, sir. Welcome.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. How are you? Welcome, sir.
Yeah, I'm doing great.
Yeah, what's your name?
My name is Oladipupo Dalifu Agumo.
Okay, sir, where are you calling from?
Yes, I don't know. I'm calling from Chicago. The phone is cracking, but I don't know if you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear
Let me just continue talking.
Yeah, continue. I can hear you.
Yes, I greet your man who analyzes all these things for us, your guest. I enjoy him, but where I dislike what he's saying at the end of the show, he said, who can promise 4 years and do something tangible? He's referring to Obi. Nobody saying he want to do 4 years. But I'm happy that he changed the statement. Esther, let me tell you, if Obi said he want to do a term, he will not do more than 1 term. For what he will do, will make people to ask for 2nd term. That's it. Why are we rejecting APC? Because what they are doing is not what we need. If Obi got there and do excellent job, people will ask him to continue term. That's what I can say, Esther. Thank you for a good job.
Thank you so much, sir.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for calling. Bye-bye. Okay. Hello. Good evening. How are you?
Hello, Esther. Good evening.
Ben from Iba. How are you, Ben?
Yes, fine.
Go ahead.
And you?
I am fine. I do okay. Although AC day here where we're code day.
Yes, but you see what you used to say? I was saying this thing that Obi got 1.2 million votes from Plateau. They show the result in Plateau. 1.2 million results. Small time when they came back again, the result changed. In this place, Rivers, 1.3 or so, they gave it to APC and carry APC on and get to P2V. If you join all these 2 results now, you just pick from in Lagos, how much? 9,500 and something thousand results. They reduce it. All these things, it is not good. What El-Rufai is saying is the truth and nothing but it. It was El-Rufai that took Tinubu to the Bulari and organized the APC Northern governors and begged Bulari that they want to return to North. Bulari asked them, do you have candidates? Yes. They went and carried Tinubu and went to Bulari. That same day they were doing practice at Eagle Square. That same day they called Ahmad Lawan, whom Bulari anointed, and they told him that it is Tinubu now they are choosing. And that was how Tinubu became president. It was El-Rufai that played 100% role in making it. And El-Rufai is telling us the truth now. Who will come and say that it's lying? Let's ask. People will fix this country in 4 years. I'm telling you the truth. What Nigeria needs, I say, to fix institutions. Let Nigeria police be independent. Let judiciary be independent. EFCC independent. DSS independent. When all these institutions, Inec independent, when they are all independent, I'm telling you, everybody will behave himself. If you do nonsense, they take you to court and it will not be no technicality. You will fix a very good constitution. Peter did it in Anambra State. He did it in Anambra State.
Right,
when Anambra was 0, the worst state in Nigeria, when Peter B entered, he started fixing Anambra immediately. He built the general hospital in the whole local government, fixed 1,000 schools. He did not build new one. But the whole schools, he renovated all of them and fixed them. He had the phone number of the whole senior prefect, and he told them to call him anytime. And anytime they call him, he will solve their problem. Any secondary school he goes to, you will organize meeting with the students pursue teachers away. Peter Obi did wonders in Anambra State. He generated money that he left 50 million, 3 places when he left office. So
right.
what Peter Obi is saying in Nigeria, he will do it and do it 100%.
Okay,
When he
Ben.
took over Anambra, secondary schools were not.
Thank you so much, Ben. Thank you for calling. I'll take some messages on YouTube. Adedayo Only Boy, good evening, Miss Esther. And Barrister Evans, good evening to you. Abidin Adeyemo, we need empirical facts, not playing to the gallery. Well, ask Malam El-Rufai to present it in court. Maduago says, surprisingly, individuals with allegations of drug peddling, certificate forgery, identity thefts are not subject of discussions. Rather, people are busy talking about those with no criminal record. Okay. Mr. Maduago, Biko, what are you talking about? Emeka again say, good evening, Esther. I have a question for the barrister. Can Labour Party not go back to the Supreme Court to get clarity about its ambiguous judgment? That one, ladder to heaven. Oh. Goodness, Tochuku, this man, go and have seat to your doubting that Tinubu hands is not there. Okay. Emeka says a court judgment should be clear and unambiguous. Obviously, I agree with you in that, but hey. Biofabi says, Barrister, what you are doing is called arguing in the alternative. Layman will call it speaking with two mouths. Abidin Adeyemo says, lack of political education seems to be a significant issue for many on this platform. It's unfortunate that more awareness and understanding aren't being shared. It's a pity. Abidin, come and share awareness for us, please. You seem to have quite a lot of knowledge. Okay, is it possible? I'm inviting you. Come and share your knowledge with us, okay? Esther, your analyst is just being careful. Here, people are afraid to call a spade by its real name because of the toxic political environment. This is Madwago. All right, Biofabi says, okay, you guys are communicating with yourselves. Kenneth, good evening to you too. Howdy. If Tinubu's guys are not talking, it's because Tinubu asked them to keep short. They'll get him. Stay tuned. Okay, howdy. It seems you know something we don't know. Biofabi says, arresting El-Rufai will set Tinubu up versus the North. Why? I don't think so. Why will that happen? Why? If there is something, if there is a need to, I mean, tell us your evidence. Why? He's the president. He has arrested people. He has sent DSS have gone to people's homes to take them away for saying something less than this. I don't believe you, Bayo. I don't agree with this one. All right, let's go back to the WhatsApp messages. There's quite a lot of them. Good evening, VOPFM. Esther, the barrister tonight has given fantastic analysis. Unlike, okay, from Ojudu Beggar. Okay, you can just make your points without making any comparisons. Good evening, Esther, Nwagod, and VOP. Without being told, every reasonable Nigerian knows what transpired in 2023, and that is why they're all attacking Peter Obi. To me, court has a lot to do. If they were not compromised, and this is why I focus on electoral reform. Ralph from South Light Town. Good evening, Esther. Lekki is an Igbo-dominated area. The Igbo resident there should develop the place like they claim to have developed Lagos. Chikwado from Bagada. Chikwado, what are you talking about? We're talking one, you're talking on that thing. Wait. Please, do you remember that what Wike said that Peter Obi was the man of the election? But let's see how it goes in court. So El-Rufai knows what he's saying. Adam from AJ City. Good evening, Esther. I was doubting El-Rufai's loyalty to this coalition, but with this latest exposure, I now believe him. The opposition should know now that they're not only competing against APC, but also Inec. It will take a lot to take power out of Tinubu's hands. I wish them well. Vivian. Chidi from Oshodi. It's an old news that Peter Obi won the last election. Let's all make sure history does not repeat itself in 2027. Good evening, Esther. My name is AA from Akowaja. El-Rufai is confused. Why APC cannot win election in Kaduna State in 2023? Is El-Rufai now INEC chairman? So in the entire Northwest, North Central and Northeast, Tinubu rule the results. El-Rufai can only deceive himself and Obi supporter with propaganda. All right. Good evening, Madam Esther. Please remember what El-Rufai said. He said that he put the president there and you can remove him. This is from Ugochukwu. Who will construct the coastal road in Nigeria if the wasteful government is not doing it, especially with a staggering 16 trillion naira that could have fixed connecting roads? You didn't tell us your name? Peter Obi has a history of switching political parties, which raises questions about his loyalty and commitment to any particular ideology. His current situation with apparent disconnection from the Labour Party, lack of support from his state governor, further fuels concerns about his reliability. Habidin, you're on WhatsApp, you're on YouTube. Esther, the occupant of Asa Rock, is using stolen property and that's why nothing will work. The clutch of guilt won't allow him perform. Abiola had been recognized and one day President Obi will be recognized too. Look at the way the notorious electoral umpire put Obi in third position to divert attention. God bless El-Rufai for the boldness by coming out to speak the truth. It's enough for me that Obi indeed won the last election. Bernard Agbo from Bariga. Laugh out loud. Good evening, Esther. This shows you the depth of corruption and acceptance by the entire country. It's sickening to hear what is going on, and not one soul is willing to come out and stand for the right thing, but would like to complain and cry. Then they say God day. Nonsense is nonsense. Americana ago. Laugh out loud. Elders are killing us with those old ideas and ways. Alright. This person, Benson from Okota, says, Esther, you're just too emotional many times. The revelation by El-Rufai that Obi won in 2023 election is something that is worth taking to court. But it's Peter Obi that should champion the move to go to court as he is the one that was robbed. The matter could still be revisited even though the case might not be prosecuted again. If this is done, El-Rufai will be arrested to come and prove his point. Benson from Okota. Thank you, Benson. I'm passionate about my country and I want things to be right. So sometimes, yes, I could be passionate with how I ask my questions. Good evening, Esther and the amiable guest. I foresee that God will use the wicked against the wicked against the wicked. People call Tinubu master strategist, but the omissions of El-Rufai, the admission of El-Rufai in his cabinet was the biggest mistake. El-Rufai is a Fulani man and very stubborn too. He knows everything about APC and was among the people who defended Tinubu in Chatham House. So he knows what he's saying. This man will mark the beginning of the end of the president. This man will go extra mile to expose them the more and they will do nothing to him. Chris from Iba. Chris, next time when you want to write a WhatsApp message, be very eligible, okay? Thank you very much. Good evening, Esther and Honorable Barrister Evans. This is Babiji from Oshodi saying happy rain day to you. Hope una no they catch cold. I beg you people should try and take something hot. Esther, talking about what El-Rufai said, that's pure truth and clear revelation once again. A lot of Nigerians, together with Wike, knew that Peter Obi won the 2023 elections but was robbed by Inec. And that's the reason no one from APC government or even Tinubu can debunk it or challenge him. Because if they try to respond or contest it with El-Rufai, Yawa go gas for them now. As the electoral reform is sacrosanct to do so that Nigerians can be having their choice of a voted president and leader. Okay, good evening, Esther and Barrister. To me, Peter Obi won the elections, and I'm not surprised because majority of Nigerians and others knew that INEC and APC stole Obi's mandate. Francis from Sunlight Town. Good evening, Sister Esther and the analyst in the studio. Nigerians, can you people see the hot matter being discussed? Though allegedly, not only El-Rufai and some rational thinking Nigerians that are aware of Obi winning the previous presidential election, but the whole world. Nigerians are really hungry for a new Nigeria, and any reasonable Nigerian should know by now that only Mr. Obi, out of the available presidential aspirants then and now, can bring it to fusion. INEC, some Labour Party betrayers, and APC colluded to rob Peter Obi and the entire Nigerians of their choice. Even today, if Peter Obi contests, he will still win. However, a strict electoral reform is needed. Agege from Agege. Esther and Barrister, good evening. This topic of result sheet, what if it turns out to be true that Peter Obi won the election of 2023? Can he be given his mandate and we rest from all these shenanigans? Neka from Surilere. Okay, hi Esther. Permit me to correct you a little bit. It's not us, the people, at least in the majority, that are in doubt of Peter Obi's 4-year promise. It's the opposition. Laugh out loud, just so we're clear. Good evening, people. Olu from Egbada. Thank you very much, Olu. Good evening, Esther. I really enjoyed your program. Thank you. You didn't tell me your name. Good evening, VOP Korean fans. Truth be told, based on what El-Rufai reviewed, remember he was among the APC inner caucuses that did what they did. So there is every possibility that he is right. Like you asked, why is DSS not making moves to invite him to start mentioning names of those involved in that act? Why is the presidency silent and hasn't debunked or rebuked him via their spokespersons? They can't because El-Rufai knows what they know. Well, we are watching them as a planet is listening. Comrade Abraham. All right. How are you? Welcome, Victor.
Very fine, Esther. Good evening, Esther.
Good evening. Go ahead, please.
Good evening, Nigeria. Once again, my name is Victor from Kudos Homes Limited, and I'm here to talk about the opportunities you have when you invest in landed properties. Like, if you look at the economy now, so many things are being inflated, but just think about it that you own a property and the property is being appreciated. That means the property is gaining appreciation value. And that is why we are here tonight to tell you about investing in landed properties. So I'll be mentioning all the different locations where we have our properties here in Nigeria, our locations in Lagos, our locations in Delta State, and also we have in Enugu as well. So let me quickly call the locations that we have here in Lagos. So in Lagos, we have in Agbowa, Ikorodu, the Ikorodu axis of Lagos. And the name of the estate that we have there is called Kudo City. Kudo City is located in Agbowa, Ikorodu. And the price for the land is selling at 1.5 million naira. So with 1.5 million naira, you own a plot of land in Kudo City, Agbowa, Ikorodu. Now you can start with an initial deposit of 500,000 and you can spread the payment for 3 months. We also have the 6 months and the 1 year instrumental payment plan. And also in Omuketu Ekpe, we have Kudos Heritage. Kudos Heritage is located in Omuketu Ekpe. And Kudos Heritage is still on promo. The actual value for the land is 2.5, but the promo price that we are selling now is still called our instant allocation promo. So the promo price for Kudos Heritage is 1.5 million naira. So if you get Kudos Heritage today, you are getting it at a discounted price of over 40%. You are getting a 40% discount on Kudos Heritage Omuketu Ekpe. Now, these properties that I'm talking about, they are perfectly dry land. They are table land, they are free from government disturbance, and they are also free from Omonile Wahala. So if you want to get a land that will give you peace of mind, Kudos Heritage and the Kudos City in Agbowa, Ikorodu, and Kudos Heritage in Omuketu Ekpe, these are wonderful locations to have your property. Also in Omuketu Ekpe, we have the Kudos Height. The Kudos Height is currently selling for 4.5 million naira. Now let me quickly call my phone number. The number to call is 0905 904 7514. 0905 904 7514. Now also we go for inspections here in Lagos every Thursdays and Saturday. Like tomorrow we'll be going for inspection. So if you're out there and you are listening to me now and you love to get any of these properties, you can join us for inspection tomorrow. You can join us for inspection every Thursdays and every Saturday. And like I said, the phone number to call again is 0905 904 7514. 0905 904 7514. Now let's go to Delta State, where we have the Fairview Estate Phase 2, which is located in Ibuzo main town. And Fairview Estate Phase 2 is along the Admiralty Drive and is also opposite the Admiralty College, so that's the Admiralty University. So if you are looking for a good place to have a good property in Delta State, the Fairview Estate Phase 2 is a choice location. And the price for the Fairview Estate Phase 2 is 2.5 million naira per plot. And also we have Kudos Height. Kudos Height is also located in Ibuzo and is along St. Thomas College Road. And Kudos Height is currently selling for 1.5 million naira per plot. And we have the Kudos Court. Kudos Court is also located in Ibuzo, and Kudos Court is currently selling for 4.5 million naira per plot. Now all of these estates are very close to the Asaba International Airport, and they are close to the first and second Niger Bridge. Now you remember what I said earlier on, our properties are very secure, and they are free from any form of government disturbance and any form of Omonile Wahala. So you will not be disturbed for anything like Owu roofing, Owu foundation, all these things, money for roofing, money for foundation. Now all these things are not going to trouble you when you have or when you invest in any of our properties. And our inspection days in Delta State is every day excluding Sundays. We go from Mondays to Saturday, excluding on Sundays. And like I said again, my phone number is 0905 904 7514. 0905 904 7514. 0905 904 7514. Our office address here in Lagos is at number 171 Egbeda Idimu Road, Abule Odu bus stop, Egbeda, Lagos. And our social media, we have at Kudos Homes Limited on Facebook and at Kudos Homes Limited on Instagram. And don't forget, we go for inspection every Thursdays and Saturday, and you can join us either tomorrow or on Saturday. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you very much, Victor, for coming in today. Well done.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'm going to take a few messages and we'll wrap up. Good evening, Esther. Thank you so much for my message yesterday. Anyway, the former Kaduna State Governor is saying the truth, of course. But let me tell you, Esther, we are waiting for Tinubu 2027. Our votes, we speak Momo Ayodele. All right, Momo, well done. Hi, Esther. Nigerian elections have been like this since 2979. Really, some handicap are often decided who wins, not by people's real votes. Also, let's not be surprised when El-Rufai says otherwise after being settled. Resource control is the solution now. And Bengaola from Fadi. Bengaola, which 2979? Are you referring to 1979? Okay. I greet everybody in the studio. My name is Gabriel from Ikorodu. Esther, nobody can kill the truth and bury it for so long a time. We're not surprised at the revelation El-Rufai has made. We know it. Just that we're waiting for the truth they killed and buried to resurrect. And thank God it has resurrected now. Can you see why they are after His Excellency Peter Obi and why they are unsettled with them? Esther, so if a thief did not confess to his crime, does it mean that those who caught him stealing won't hold him responsible? There was a video clip I sent to your studio through your WhatsApp of Nyesom Wike, who first gave us a clue that Obi won 2023 elections. What evidence are we still shopping for any longer? Oh, Inec, what have you done to Nigerians? Good evening, Esther. Olamileko from Barawa. You asked us that what if El-Rufai has been made a minister? It's a fact that there is never a perfect crime anywhere, either before or after the crime. So denying El-Rufai ministerial appointment is what makes their criminal action during the election imperfect. All now depends on Nigerians to vote them out massively and defend their votes. Okay. I greet everybody in the studio. My name is Gabriel from Ikorodu. Esther. All right, I think I've read this. Good evening, Esther and the whole of UP. I'm really enjoying your program. Isaiah from Ilamoshe. Thank you, Isaiah. Thank you very much. Good evening, Esther. Leko from Lagos. Well, El-Rufai and Son's revelation with that electoral sheet shows that Obi won the 2023 elections. Tony Okocha said it in his interview twice in Rivers. Yeah, I remember that. Saying how they rigged it for Tinubu. So through this, they made Yakubu turn Obi from number 1 to number 3. Now Obi's mandate was stolen by this government. That is why they are attacking Obi right, left, and center. When Obi talks, your president and his musketeers are scared and jittery because the foundation that brought him to power is not credible. All that he does won't work. All he believes is to bribe, snatch, grab it, run away with it. All right, Lekon. Good evening, Esther. Help me and tell Malam Nasir El-Rufai to keep quiet and stop telling us what the whole world is already aware of. And another thing is, it's because of Peter Obi's desire to make Nigeria work again, to use Nigeria's money to work for Nigeria and for the betterment of all Nigerians. Ken from Itira Suriliri. Esther, to the kind of politics we have in Nigeria, Obi is immature to punch Tinubu out of powder. Obi, should be running mate to Atiku to punch Tinubu out of power first. Akini from Ajigunle Akpakpa. It's obvious that some people were just educated illiterate, because how authentic is this revelation? Anyway, anybody has right to believe what they like in as much as they satisfy their interests. And 2027 is going to be different because 100% sure Obi is going nowhere. What's your name? You didn't tell us your name. You're so confident. Good evening. What is the noise all about? What El-Rufai said. Abi Naim be the first to say before. Didn't Chris Uba say so during Ngige of PDP and Obi of Abga Saga for Anambra governorship election in 2003? Yaradua not say he knew election that brought him to office was faulty. There's nothing new about Riga in Nigeria. Chidi from Ojo Barracks. Hello, final caller for the evening. What's your name, sir?
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Welcome.
My name is Lawrence Okba. I'm calling you from Lagos.
All right, sir. Please go ahead.
Good work you're doing. I just want to, my contribution this night is what El-Rufai, my comment is on El-Rufai, what he said. What El-Rufai said is what we all got to know before now. That has portrayed the fact that the kind of people we have in government are illegitimate. And secondly, I just want to say, what do we do to solve this kind of issue?
Yeah.
What we do is that we need to call on INEC, the Electoral Commission, the electoral body that is meant to organize elections in Nigeria. How do we call upon them? There should be a kind of reforms. Reforms have been there for years, but the outcome of the 2023 election is nothing to write them about. Now, the fallout is that we need to begin to call on the National Assembly to begin to put into motion reforms.
Okay.
Like before election, before results are declared, what are the steps that will be taken before results are declared? Then number one, and number two is results from the world, from the polling booths that is taken to the IREB should be adjudged as the only way we can know who has won. Then thirdly, Nigerians should be up and doing.
All right.
Get
Thank you very much.
Get their PCV ready.
Yeah, PVC. Thank you very much, sir. We need to wrap up. It's 6 minutes gone past the hour of 9 o'clock, and we'll have some sponsored programs to play. My name is Esther Wachiku, ESTIQMEDIA on YouTube, Esther Wachiku on Facebook, Esther Nwaz on Instagram. That's ESTANWAZ. Thank you so much for being part of the conversation this evening. My analyst was Barrister Evans Ufeli. And for all of you who called in and sent your messages, thank you so much. Nigeria must be better, and we'll continue to keep ourselves abreast of issues going on in our polity. Have a wonderful evening. Bye for now.